Well, good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to the Western New York Virtual Energy Tour. My name is Justin Rogers, representing Cornell Cooperative Extension from Niagara County. I'm joined by my other colleagues in Cooperative Extension from various counties across Western New York and our partners at Push Buffalo to present this evening with you tonight. Wanted to just go over a couple housekeeping items. This session will be recorded, so please be mindful of that. And also, if you wanted to update your names or anything like that, you have the options to do that within the functions of Zoom, so we can call on you appropriately if you have questions. We will be taking questions in the chat. If you wanted to list your questions while the presentation is going on, and we'll try to address those questions at the end of the session before we wrap up for the evening. But at this time, I would like to turn it over to Natalie Rodriguez and Jayce Posner to introduce themselves and to present the information for this evening. So thank you all for joining us, and stay tuned for a great event. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. Hello, everyone. My name is Natalie Rodriguez. I am the program manager for Push Green, and I've been with Push for 5 years now. Just a little background. For my reason why I got into Push Buffalo is really because I was a product of Push Green. My husband and I were able to buy a home, and after we decided to get energy efficiency work done on our home. So that's how I was introduced. And then 2 years later, I became a community energy advisor. So here I am, still enjoying the work that I do. And I look forward to giving you more information. Jay?
Thanks, Natalie. My name is Jayce Posner. I've been with Push Green for about almost 4 years now as a community energy advisor. Sort of programs they have to offer, as far as helping people become more energy efficient. We do commercial as well, small commercial and residential. Little background on me: I've come from a small non-for-profit company in weatherization for 12 years, where I was a energy auditor or building analyst, where I've done more than 1,400 energy assessments myself. Folks in their homes, it's kind of like helping them to see where issues are as far as weatherization and how the whole audit process goes. So we'll get into a little bit more of that in our other segments as we deep down and get pretty more everything. So glad to meet everyone tonight.
Thanks. So I also want to just give our intentions and why we decided to do this virtual tour. And so we are part of one region for Western New York, and within that region we have 5 counties that we cover, and so that includes Erie County, Chautauqua, Cattaraugus, Niagara County, and Allegheny County, and so that's a lot. We're a team of 3. So we decided to reach out to our partners at Cornell Cooperative to give us a little hand with doing our outreach. And so we have devised a plan to do a workshop series until we'll be doing, 4 or 5 workshops until June. And then that'll be our wrap up. And so we will be posting these workshops on our website and for playback, and we'll be posting the topics. So every topic will be different in each workshop. So I just wanted to put that out there. But I thought it would be nice to just come up with before we get right into the presentation, but also just to bring up a question that comes up a lot when we're talking with our community members. And one of the big questions is, why is comfort in your home important? And I'll go first, and then I would hope others would join in. But for me, the reason why comfort in my home is important is for my family, for my dogs, my son. I want them to be comfortable, and I don't want them to feel like they are in an igloo or it's just important to me that my family is taken care of. So that's the biggest reason why it's important to me. There's other reasons, but that's my biggest why. Does anybody else want to go? Jay?
Yeah, so for me, as Natalie said, the heating and to keep them nice and warm. I have bad sinuses and a lot of heat in my. I'm kind of the reverse where I like it a little bit cooler. The good thing is I can keep my thermostat down a little bit, where the insulation in my home will keep the air at a certain degrees, and it's not always running to my likings. I don't sleep with anything like that. As far as like my walls and the windows, being fairly new, so that has a lot to do with the air coming in and out. But overall, I'd say I'm one who likes it nice and cool in my home. In certain areas, it's just me, so I can get away with that, I guess. So yeah, that's my comfort. Anyone else like to share?
In the chat box, Lou wrote, I want my family to feel comfortable and secure, and we all have allergies and sinuses. Same here at my house. Anyone else?
I'll be happy to go.
Yes.
Yeah, I can go. I'm Emily Reynolds. I'm the Executive Director of Cooperative Extension in Chautauqua County. And comfort in my house is important because there's so much chaos in the world right now that the home needs to be the safe place. And the safe place needs to be comfortable and adequate for all of us that are here. So it just needs to be that.
Love that. Love that. Anyone else want to go?
I would say that comfort in my home is important because if I don't have a comfortable home, then I have cranky kids, and then that keeps me, agitated. So I like to keep them happy and content as best as possible.
In the chat, Clark said with the need to work from home during COVID, it's pretty crucial to feel comfortable in my home. And I have to echo that for sure.
I'll just chime in once again, Natalie, and as far as the indoor air quality with homes that have like high, there's humidity levels can be really high. Some folks they like it. Depending on your health, if it's too dry, it can cause and irritate your sinuses and allergies. So with that level as well, with forced air heat can cause that dry homes. I know boilers are probably the best source of a comfortable heat. So yeah, the humidity has a lot to do with health and safety as well.
Thanks, Jay. And Diane wrote, I don't have cranky kids, but I get cranky if I'm too cold or too hot. That is 100% true for me as well. Well, that's great. So as you can see, a lot of it has to do with, regulating, your heat in your home, keeping your family safe, yourself, and health and safety is number one as well. So a lot of the times, what we've noticed is that your home has a lot to do with that, safety, the, health aspect as well. I didn't really have sinus issues until I actually worked at a place where the ventilation was not good. And then from there, forget it. I have sinus infections every year, and it really does. I've lived in a home where there's been boilers. Those are great. But then now I'm in the home where it's forced air. And so I definitely feel it more. So we talk about that with our customers as well as our community members. So we'll keep that going and just keep that in mind after we talk about some of the resources that we provide. But I'd like to go into just showing a little bit more of what Push Green is all about. And so, as I said before, we cover 5 counties, and so Niagara, Erie, Chautauqua, Cattaraugus, and Allegheny. And our goal is just to connect with homeowners, renters, nonprofit organizations, and small businesses, just to let them know of energy efficiency programs, weatherization, and any resources that they could tap into to help get any energy efficiency work done, or any other resources that could help maintain their home. And this is Push Green. We are a team of 3, and that starting from the right is Lou. She's not here with us today, or she is actually, she's listening on. And she is a community energy advisor. Me in the middle, the program manager, and then Jay, the other community energy advisor. And that is my son, Philip. And so what we do, we are not contractors. We are just pretty much your third party. So we are going to help you from beginning to end with your process. So what that looks like is, if you're interested in energy efficiency or renewable energy technology, we're here to service you, give you more information, help you sign up for the proper programs. And if there's other resources that we could help you connect with, we're going to do that with you. From the beginning, we always say to get an energy assessment, and we're going to get into that a little bit more, but the energy assessment, from there, we will connect you with the right energy contractor, because we aren't contractors. We'll just connect you with them and be like a liaison between contractor and customer. And we're there to also help, in the energy industry. There's a lot of lingo, there's jargon that even when I began, I didn't understand. So just making sure that we're there for the renter, the homeowner, the business owner, and really making sure that they understand what they're diving into, what the project looks like, and just making sure that they have a partner, just an ally, and that this contractor isn't going to just try to sell them equipment. We want to be there for them, and have that personal connection to let them know that we're here just to make sure that they are, they get the proper care, and that they're able to maximize on some of these programs. And so we also help just finding the funding, the grants, the rebates, and loans that could help pay for upgrades. No, it's okay. And so here we have Jay with an infrared camera, and pretty much going into what we're looking for in an assessment. So why we say that it's the most important part, it's because you're looking at your house as a whole system. So sometimes when you get a contractor, usually if they're in HVAC, they're only really looking at just your heating system and they're going to try to sell you that, right? But the contractors that we're connecting you with, they are going to look at the house as a system. You want to make sure that, you know, the health and safety is all on point in your home. Comfort, air filtration rates are good. Building envelope insulation inspection. So they're going to look to make sure that you have the correct insulation in the correct areas. And if I go into, and here we have, it's our model of the house as a system, right? And where you see these arrows, so the red ones are showing like where the heat is escaping, and the blue ones are showing where you're getting air leaks into your home. And we love to show this to our community members so they could see, like, this is your home. And a lot of the times you don't realize that you're heating your home and it's going right outside up and out of your house and heating your yard, pretty much. So by tapping into these programs and especially getting the audit, they'll be able to really show you areas in your home that you have insufficiencies, where you can have opportunities to button up the house, and that's going to save you on your energy bills. That's going to save you with comfort. And it's really eye-opening as well, just to see on what areas in your homes needs a different look. And sometimes there's things that you could do on your own. And then there's things that obviously you would need a contractor to do. Jay, if you wanted to just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so thank you for that, Natalie. As Natalie was saying, just looking at this picture of a home and all the arrows coming in and going out, where the blue arrows coming, if the basement area or the rim joist area where the basement ceiling hits the first floor, that is the most important spot in your home to stop the airflow, because it infiltrates down low, and then eventually the blue arrows going up, we're going to lose all that heat through the attic through a stack effect, or, you know, as it goes out with an uninsulated attic. So what we like to do is use a spray foam on the bottom, which will negate coming through the rim joists. A lot of homes have fiberglass stuff in there. The bats, that'll slow air down, but it won't completely stop it, like a 2-part polyurethane foam. As you're going up to the walls, you can see where it's come from the basement up the wall to the attic. A lot of balloon framed homes will have that airflow going up. So the most important thing would be, number one, to insulate your basement first with all the penetrations, and going through would be through your furnace and your hot water tank, all the pipes going up, plumbing pipes as well. And then the attic is going to stop all of that heat loss, because it's just going out the side, and you're just dollar that you have no idea. You may have some kind of insulation. It may not be adequate enough. By getting an energy audit, we'll be able to tell and see what you have, and then we can add to that. So yeah, this is pretty much the building that you want to keep nice and warm to have a more comfortable home.
One thing that we've said before with the fiberglass, a lot of times what we'll do is look at it and we'll tell the homeowner, it's not, usually it's like that pink stuff. So it's not pink anymore. It's kind of like dusty, and there's a lot of, it's dirty. So what we say, it's more like a filter, an air filter, because what it's doing, it's not stopping the air from coming into your home. It's just filtering it, really. So that's one way. And then we also, if you see cobwebs in your basement, a lot of them, that's a good indication that there's air filtration coming in And so those are just little tidbits that we like to just let folks know about, that if you see something like that, or, if your bats are full, if they're dirty, that just means that they're not doing anything. They're not stopping the air from coming in. They're just, filtering that. And so here's just kind of like a breakdown of just some of the things that the audit actually measures. And our next workshop next month is actually going to deep dive into an audit and what that looks like, and really show, by numbers, what efficiencies you could get into after getting an audit done. So health and safety is a good one, though. When you get an audit done, they also check your carbon monoxide levels, all of your gas lines as well, to see if there's any leaks there. So it's just a good added caution bonus that you could do, especially if it's free. It's just something that I always just recommend, especially if there's children in the house or dogs in the house or animals, just to do, just because it's a double check to make sure that everything is good in that aspect. Now I just wanted to just go over a few programs that are available. So after getting the audit, we like to, see where you're at. So initially we talk with you, we talk about your comfort in your home and what may be the issues. And then, always first most is a audit we suggest, just so we could see where your home is at. And then from there, we discuss further improvements, and then programs that could actually help with those improvements. So there is one that is a free program, and it's called Empower New York. It is income eligible, and it's for renters and homeowners. And that is a program that would help if every house is different, also, we like to just say. So if it's not eligible, you may be able to get certain things upgraded. For instance, if a home doesn't have insulation, Empower would be able to cover that. Sometimes they'll be able to swap out a refrigerator or a freezer that you have in your home that's taking up a lot of energy. So there's other, and yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So we just like to talk with the customers to see, where they're at, what they want to look at. And almost always with income qualification, they're always on board to doing something free, especially if they don't end up getting anything, then we're able to tap into maybe the next program, Assisted Home Performance with Energy Star. And that is a program that covers 50% up to $4,000 per unit of energy efficiency improvements. And so what that just means is, so with Empower, a lot of the times it doesn't cover hot water tanks or furnaces. And let's say someone does need to replace those items, that program will help cover a portion of that cost. And then from there, we will also help with finding finances that could help cover the other portion that it's not going to be covering. We've helped a lot of folks with this. A lot of the times too, we say, you get the audit, you see how after you get an audit, you get a treat report on things that they recommend you do to do an upgrade. And just being able to have that list out, we always go over that and just say, this is probably the most beneficial to you to do first. And then you have prices, you have, so you have ability to do these upgrades on your own timeline when you need to, but we're always there to help you and guide you to which way. Another big ticket item that we've been talking about is solar. So for solar, if you are interested in getting your own solar array put on your home, there are incentives out there that helps with the upfront cost of getting solar panels put on your home. And then there's also community solar. And what that looks like, it's just you tap into a solar array or solar farm, and you don't need to get solar panels put on your home. So whether you're unable to get solar panels put on your home, because a lot of folks speaking from in Buffalo, New York, aren't able to because of the pitch, where their home is located, because they're too close to the house next door. And you still want to do something similar to tap into solar. Community solar is a great benefit. There are different programs and different companies that help with community solar and that are completely free to anyone that applies. And so we'd like to just guide folks to that. And that helps put a credit towards your utility bill when you subscribe into a community solar. And then one of the newest things that we have been telling folks about is the air source heat pumps and ground source heat pumps. And this is a very new technology. It's installing cleaner HVAC equipment. The energy cost is a lot lower, and they're seeing that it definitely decreases. It's smaller carbon footprint than getting a original furnace put into your home. And obviously with some of these new technologies, you're gonna see that sometimes the price isn't always right. It's not the cheapest technologies, but there are incentives out there that can help with the upfront cost of that. And so we're here to guide you to that. And I failed to say, these programs come from New York State Energy Research and Development Authority, NYSERDA for short. And so these are all programs from the state that we are tasked to just go out and do outreach, let folks know about it. Because I know when I first moved into my home, even speaking with other family members or people from the community, they had no idea that these programs were available. So that's what we're here to do, is just let folks know about the programs that are here. And hopefully we're able to, help create a more comfortable home for you. Because with getting some of these things done, even just installation in itself helps make a room more comfortable. I was able to insulate my home through these programs, and it was like a crazy turnaround from one winter to the next, just by how comfortable the one room was after getting insulation work done. So it speaks volumes for just one little thing that you could do that could really change, the comfort in your own home. And these are folks that we've worked with that, same, they, what they're saying here is, we always felt like there was something wrong with our house. Push Green helped us understand exactly what was going on with our home. And so really what that's just saying is that we just began a conversation. Hey, what's going on? What issues are you having? And then getting the audit done was really something that helped them open their eyes to see, oh, okay, so it's not just my heater not working right. Sometimes it's oversized for the home, or you don't have the correct insulation where you thought, so things like that. We try to open up everybody's eyes and educate a little bit more, doing things yourself. But then, if you're unable to do it on your own, we're here to, give you a list of contractors that are certified to do the work that we're doing, and programs that could help pay for a portion of that. I'm sorry.
Excuse me, Natalie.
Yeah.
I'm just going to chime in. There is a gray box that was obstructing some of the view of your slides. I just let everybody cover up a few things there. I know we were working on it, but I just want to send them my apologies.
Oh, sorry about that. I hope it. Oh no.
Yeah, it's okay. I know we worked on it, but.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, I didn't see that. Oops. I could go back.
You were on a roll. I didn't want to stop you, so.
No, there was in the chat. Sorry.
Just so you know. Okay.
Was it through the whole thing or just that part? Oh, I feel bad.
I want to say the last few slides.
Okay. Well, I could go back.
Like this one. Yeah, so. Now it's on the top, but just the top. So I think
so
it does move around, which is kind of weird. It's okay.
Were you able to see?
Okay, that one's good.
This one, okay. So this was just the programs, just a screenshot of some of the programs that we have available. And if you are ever, if anyone that's listening or anybody that's here tonight is interested in any of them, or hearing more about an audit, please reach out to us. I'll give you the last screen. You could reach us at our phone number, 886-1780, extension 706, and that's for all of us. And for emails, they're right here. So if you have any questions, if you're looking to get an audit or maybe, dive in to see if any programs you may be eligible for, reach out to us and we're happy to assist you and point you into the right direction. And we also encourage you to just, if you know of anyone that may be having certain issues in their home that may benefit from getting energy efficiency work done or getting an audit, send them our way so that way we can help them and assist them. Jay, do you have anything to add?
You were perfect. No, everything that was great. I'll have a lot more on our segment, so stay tuned for that one. But no, that was great.
Yeah, so our next one will be definitely a deep dive into an audit and what that looks like. And I just want to read that. So sorry. Yeah, so that'll be our next one. And so I kind of wanted to close out with just a question to you all of, after listening to that, how could you make your home more comfortable? Like thinking about your own home now, and if you, just listening to that, if you've ever had an audit done or if you haven't, maybe what are things that your next steps that you might be able to do? I have some for you, but I would like to hear from you guys to see what you think you could do. No, nobody.
I will. We've been remodeling our house. It's over 100 years old, and we bought it 7 years ago, and we're redoing it room by room as we live in it. And we had this program previously, and we were never ready for an audit because I know there are just too many gaping things that need done before. And I was just mentioning to my husband that we are much closer to being ready for an audit. It's fewer and fewer things that are blatantly obvious that we know we have to do, and we get those finished up, and then we'll be ready for someone to tell us the things we didn't see and where we need to go next. So it's nothing specific, but that's the situation we're in.
That's great. And that like brings up a great point that if you are in the middle of a renovation, in order to get an audit done, the walls do have to be closed. They can't be open. So that's a good point. And it is easier once you are, because we were going through a model in our home as well, to see some in things that were like, oh, we got to take care of that. But then after, definitely getting an audit just to see if things that you may have missed. It's a good point too. Thanks.
I know that I have an insulation problem, or believe I have an insulation problem, because I just had a big ice jam that caused a leak in my house. So I know that I have some issues. So insulation's high on my list.
And you bring up a great point. So here's a good thing about the winter is if you have big ice dams on certain areas of your home, that is a good indication that you do not have the correct insulation in your attic area. And so when I first started, that was actually a way that I would like just ride around. I mean, I wouldn't just ride around just to ride around, but if I was in my car and I'd see a home that has icicles or ice dams, I would say, oh, they're in need of insulation work, or they should get an audit probably. So, and having that knowledge and bringing that to my family and friends and letting them know, hey, I noticed that you guys have like these huge icicles on your, on the end on this side. You probably need more insulation over there. You should get an audit just to see, what could be done. So that's a great point. Thanks, Diane.
This is Lisa.
Did you travel around with applications? Right.
This is Lisa. We had an issue with a patio door that was probably 8 years old, maybe 9, and the glass, the panes in the glass failed. So we knew we had to replace it, and luckily the company covered it for us because it was a lifetime unit. However, which is great, and I just cannot believe the difference in the fact that it's so much warmer over by that door. So just an 8 or 9 year time frame, the improvement in the technology of the door and the windows.
I will chime in on that as well. You go bad, Lisa, as far as windows or your sliding glass door. As many people may not know, they're filled with the argon gas, which is an insulator gas between the seals that keeps that U values. It keeps it, warmer. Yeah, those seals go bad. Definitely, you can feel the cold air coming right through. So that's great that they covered it for you under the warranty. That's a big thing. That's my technical answer.
And we also found that just the other cold air around the door frame, it wasn't necessarily just through that window pane, but the whole construction around the previous door was not as good as what we now have.
And that's going back, yes, when you have them installed, especially windows, a lot of folks think windows are bad. It's really about the inside. Try to preach, because you want to insulate around that window. They use a foam to insulate, and make sure, I tell everybody to just caulk or glaze around the framing around your window. That will make a big difference over time to cut up, and then it does, peel back and shrink up. So that's a good DIY tip, to just caulk your windows and make sure the little gaps are covered, especially around electrical outlets as well, because folks, the little pads now, and I think National Grid was giving them out, where you can insulate your electrical outlet, where you get those straps and uninsulated walls. So there's a lot of little things you can do, that's a whole other so.
Thank you. Anyone else? Or if anybody else has any questions regarding the slides that were obstructive, and I'm very sorry, or on the presentation.
Justin, no questions, sir?
No, I was just going to give a PSA that, you know, if you feel free to unmute and ask your questions or to put them in the chat box, whichever you're more comfortable with.
Okay, so what I will say, just three like solutions or next steps to, if you're even just a little interested in ways that you can make your home more comfortable. First would be to reach out to your community energy advisor, which would be us, Jay, me, and Lou. And or your whoever in your county, your Cornell Cooperative Extension, you know, they could always refer us, you know, folks, and we could reach out and follow up. So I encourage you to reach out to them or us, and we'd be happy to assist you in the right direction. And I would say the second one would be to getting a free energy assessment. They're free. There's nothing to it. Right now with COVID, there has been like a concern of folks being in homes. So they have had a way of doing things virtually as well. So there's, you know, there's that as well. And there's something that they, well, we won't get into it, but yeah, so there's virtual audits as well if you're not comfortable with that. And then the third one is, yeah, just reaching out to us so we can help you identify some resources that you may be able to utilize if they're outside of getting energy efficiency work done. Because that is another thing that we're able to do, is just help folks, you know, tap into other resources in their community that could help with home improvements outside of energy efficiencies. And that also just means a lot of the times we have folks that aren't able to get energy efficiency work done because they have bigger issues in their home that they're unable to repair, like a roof or a foundation issue, electrical. So things of that nature, if you're, you know, you don't have those resources, we may have some resources in your community that could help you get the funding to do those repairs, and then in turn get energy efficiency work done. So does anyone have any other questions or concerns? And we will be posting this on our push website, and we will be posting it on our Facebook, and we invite all of the Cornell cooperatives also to do the same. So there is a point where if you want to listen to this webinar, or I'm sorry, this workshop again, or, you know, we'll also post our information so you could get a hold of us. Yeah, and I thank you all for being here tonight and taking time to hear what we do. And I appreciate every one of you. Thank you.
Thanks,
you,
guys.
Could you please review again what the following sessions will be about?
Sure. So I have it here, so I can actually share it. Yay. Sorry, I got too excited. We will be posting this on our website as well. Hopefully, can everybody see that? This is oh, I can't even zoom in. So our first one is just the introduction of Push Green and our programs. And then our second workshop will be March 25th at 6 p.m. And that will be a deep dive into energy efficiency energy audit. I'm sorry. And then our third one will be a special one. It's going to be on April 22nd, and that again will be at 6 p.m. And that one is going to be a dive into climate leadership and Community Protection Act, CLCPA for short. And we'll have special guest folks come in to talk about that. And it'll be on Earth Day, so it's a great collaboration. And then the fourth one will be May 27th, and that would be our Push for Clean Heat team, and that's going to be a more deep dive into air source and ground source heat pumps and programs available for that, and just a dive into what that technology looks like and an understanding on that. And then our final one will be June 24th, and that one will be on solar. And that will be more of a deep dive on solar panels, community solar, and what that looks like, and also programs that folks could tap into for free, or incentives that could help them get that. And this will be posted on the website as well. And they're all the fourth Thursday of every month at 6 p.m. Oops, I don't want that in the middle.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah, so we'll post that definitely, so that way, you know, folks could get a nice little reminder, and yeah, so you know what topics you may want to tune into, or even if you want to send it around to your networks or family, friends that may be interested in those topics, please send them our way so they could learn more. And I'm just looking to see if there's any more comments or anything.
We're just getting a lot of thank yous and people looking forward to future series workshops. And thank you, Emily, for posting the descriptions and schedule in the chat. I think that's helpful. But other than that, Natalie and Jay, thanks for the great information. Very informative. And I know I'm intrigued to learn more about how I can improve my own home as far as you know, what services Push has to offer. And you know, you guys are a wealth of information that you know, individually I think I'll be trying to leverage as far as helping my own house. So thank you both for your expertise.
Absolutely, we welcome that.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I did leave my email in there as well in the chat. Again, I know Natalie shared the slide. For any questions, anyone can email us. Email me or Natalie and Lou. We're more than happy to help you out.
I just put it
There
in
you
as
go.
well.
Okay, beautiful.
Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.